Well, thank you so much again to Cheryl Thomas, the local Liberal future member of Parliament. And so, yeah, we are really, in a way, as you said, sort of stunned to a point that we are on the precipice of legalization. But I would have to say a lot of it has to do with what's happened in the United States. You know, there's 4 states now: Alaska, Oregon, Colorado, and Washington State, where it is legal to purchase cannabis. And it's really incredible what has happened down there, and a true example of people power, because it's been ballot initiatives that have done it in each state, where people have just gotten the signatures out there to get a vote, and luckily their ballot initiative system is much easier than here in Canada. A few years ago, Sensible BC tried to decriminalize here in this province, but it's a very difficult ballot initiative system, and it was unsuccessful. And so we would certainly, even at that point though, it would be decriminalized. And I refer to decriminalization as a lawyer's term for job protection. It isn't enough, honestly. It treats us like addicts, which is slightly better than criminals, but not much. We need legalization to fully embrace all of the potential benefits of this plan. And that especially goes for patients. You know, I've founded the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club 19 and a half years ago. Shortly after I started Hempology, I started meeting people that were sick and dying, a lot of them dying of AIDS. And I met a lady that made cookies and started, seeing how people with AIDS would eat these cookies and come back to life. They'd want to live again. They'd put on weight. They'd be going back to work. And it was very clear to me that eating cannabis was the true, magic to this plant. Smoking it's good for all sorts of things, don't get me wrong, but the real medicine is in edible cannabis. And that's why I fought so hard for so long. I've gotten busted. In a way, I almost don't want to get my record expunged, because I've been arrested and done time for giving out pot cookies in downtown Victoria, and I'm very proud of spending 2 hours in jail for that. And so, it's kind of neat to think, like, oh, what do you mean my record's going to be gone? Like, but it won't be gone, obviously. It's history, and it will be history, because it's changing now on so many levels. And it's really a fascinating time to be working in this industry. On so many levels, things are changing faster than any one of us can keep up, because the true benefits of this plant are far beyond what most people can comprehend. Even people that work in this industry, honestly, I meet them all the time, and they have only got a grasp of what they're dealing with. It's like a child with a nuclear bomb, almost. Like the potential of this plant goes far, far beyond what any, most people can really conceive, especially when we get into the medicinal uses, and especially when we get into the potential uses of hemp. Like the uses of hemp are astronomical. Like, we could be making our plastics, our paints, our cosmetics, our building materials, like our hempcrete. We could be, making building concrete. We can make insulation out of hemp. Almost everything except for the windows and electrical wiring in a house can be made in part or entirely by hemp. And there's, so many potential benefits to the agricultural community in doing so. But what we have is this military-industrial complex that's made the rules, against this plant and the people that have loved it. And so, and then, that's not even touching upon the medicinal benefits. I've seen many people change their lives, extend their lives by using this plant. And that has hit me very close to home in the last year in particular. My lover almost died of cancer last November. And if it weren't for using cannabis suppositories, she would have possibly died in the hospital. But I've gotten her home, and she's actually one of the witnesses in the court case that went before the Supreme Court of Canada. And it was really an incredible and intense year to be changing the laws of this country while saving my lover's life. And people have donated medicine and money so that I can be at home with her, which is why I'm doing less than I have, but it's been something that, every day that I'm with her is a blessing. And she would not be here without cannabis today. And Yes, as my friend Hutch reminded me, the only good Tory is a suppository. So, you know, this plant, you know, when used in palliative care and in other, you know, hospital situations, let alone preventative medicine and the vast array of potential medicines that could be made from this plant that we're barely grasping to this day. And, you know, it really is going to change the way the medical system works, you know. In 20 years from now, our hospitals are going to have cannabis gardens on the rooftops, and they're going to be making medicine in the basement. Yeah. And, you know, we're going to change the way that the medical system works with plants and people. And it's just fascinating to be in the middle of, you know, what was once prohibition in this very dark age to what will be a bright future. And I'm just so blessed to have been here in Victoria for this past 20 years, supported constantly by people like every single one of you, because I would not have been able to survive this long. My newspaper would not be here. My book, I dug up my textbook I wrote. If you want to learn about the history of cannabis, it costs you $20 unless you're running for the federal government. And if you want to keep up on the work that I'm doing and others, cannabisdigest.ca publishes blogs all the time, and it only comes out in print 4 times a year because we don't have hemp yet, or I do it once a month. Yeah. But certainly, you know, things are changing, and being involved in social media is a great way to be aware of that too, obviously. In terms of Hempology 101, it's been a great year and a good one coming yet. Our next big event is Halloween. We do a costume contest on the front steps of the courthouse, and we give out bonds to the best costumes and do another hot box at the courthouse there, putting curtains on the sides of that. So that's the exception of a couple years. We had a bylaw that we had to beat, but certainly we've been back in the center of campus for a year or so now, and we are the largest student club on campus. And in fact, I invite Cheryl to come. You know, it's every Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday afternoon, 4:20, right in the center of campus. You know, every week. It gets bigger in about 3 weeks from now. You know, but certainly next week, 4:20 up at UVic, you're welcome to come. We do that during the school year, so we've taken a break for the summer. But we're back at it next week. And like I say, there's lots of other stuff that we do throughout the year. And just another shout out to everybody that played dodgeball. Sorry, one last thing to do. One of the fun things that I've tried to do, because like part of what we're trying to do is normalize cannabis, right? And so I came up with a concept a few years ago of Team 420, which is partly to encourage people that smoke cannabis to become more active, partly to show the world that we're not all lazy in any sense, and also to just go have fun, right? So I've done a whole bunch of stuff with Team 420. We've been in some big dodgeball tournaments in Victoria. I've wore Herb, our big pot leaf mascot, in the TC 10K twice. The last time I did it in less than an hour, and I've run it at and done a few other things. But this year we did our first ever Team 420 dodgeball tournament, which was a heck of a lot of fun, and we got awards. So there's I think at least 3 of the winning team here tonight. Could you guys come on up here, and I can give out some of our Team 420 awards. Okay, so like I say, it was an awesome day, and we had 4 teams that did a round robin and played off, and in a way it was kind of strange because I won my own tournament, which might seem a little bit rigged, but we have the video to prove that I deserved it, and we'll be uploading that video here soon. But certainly it wasn't just me. I had an awesome team on the field, and so I got little dodgeball things made up. But we didn't put the year on it, guys, so sorry about that. But there's one over here so I can chat and get into it. So there's Steve. Congratulations to Troy, and congratulations, Scotty. That's good, guys. We did all the pictures on the dodgeball day, so thanks so much, guys. And we're giving out 2 other awards for the dodgeball tournament. One of them actually the MVP, Kelsey, isn't here tonight, so I will give her her award personally. But we also wanted to come up with an award for the most sports person-like, you know, the person that's exhibited the most enthusiasm and just helpful and otherwise. And so the first ever most sportsmanlike award, or what we've called the Kindness Award, which in many ways means more than anything as far as I'm concerned. But this year's Kindness Award goes to Adam with the Beard Brothers. Because, I should give a shout out to the Beard Brothers. But Adam, but yeah, the Beard Brothers actually sponsored both the Team 420 and tonight, along with Sacred Herb, BC Smoke Shop, I better get all this right, Crop King Seeds, and I guess we should probably say the Bud Buddy as well sponsored a little bit of this at some point. And, oh, I'm going to fail because there's one more sponsor, Jupiter probably. But yeah, so thanks to our sponsors for helping out. The Beard Brothers came to the Team 420 with their big tent, and we actually just did dabs till we played dodgeball, and then did dabs and dodgeball. It was just amazing. So thank you guys so very much. And Adam got it personally because at one point he stepped out of the dodgeball line, and nobody saw it, but he admitted that he was out and stepped out of the game. So, you know, that's really commendable, and we really appreciate your honesty and sportsmanship, your sports person. So thank you very much, Adam. And again, thanks to everybody that played dodgeball. Team 420 is going to get a lot bigger. It's the future for me. I want to have Team 420 sports lounges across the country selling sports drinks and stuff, and sponsoring local sports teams. And you can sit there in the vapor lounges and buy all sorts of hemp sports equipment and clothing and stuff like that. So, you know, we're going to be having dodgeball tournaments in more cities next year and all sorts of stuff coming out in the future. So watch for Team 420. And other than that, I hope everybody's had a wonderful night. I know I've had an amazing anniversary. It's been a beautiful day. Thank you, Mother Nature. I should say that a couple times. And again, thank you all for coming out and supporting Hempology 101 in these last 20 years. Have an awesome night, everybody, and smoke them into God. That was my logic. It's like, okay,
do you happen to have a joint? Anybody have a joint? Or
may as well make it a
I'd say that was a pretty successful awesome, man.
I'm proud of that, man.
awesome, bro.
All the hard work you guys.
For sure.